Hi, so here's why gambling addiction is better than alcoholism. So, let's dive into this, right? If you had to pick one, if you had to pick an addiction, gambling, alcoholism, you might want to go with gambling. So, like with alcohol, you're wasting your money on glug, 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 glug. Woo! Yeah! Glug, 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 glug. What? What the fuck did you say to me? What? What did you say? Glug, glug, glug. And then you wake up feeling terrible, and you don't remember the reasons why half the people you know are now very upset with you, okay? Those are the things that happen when you get drunk and when you're an alcoholic, right? But with gambling, you're spending your money on more money. You're not spending your money on getting sick and a little loopy and becoming violent and getting the cops called on you and threatening people and doing all that stuff. You're spending your money on more money. And I know what everybody's thinking. Oh, gambling, you always ultimately lose more than you win. The house always wins. Loser talk. The house always wins. Gambling addiction is so much more of an epidemic these days. And I'm like, so what? So what? Isn't it better to... First, I gotta get this out of the way. No, this is not an ad for any gambling casino apps or companies. And no, this is not an ad for any anti-gambling stuff. This is a man with an opinion exercising his First Amendment. So, yeah, like, you spend your money on the possibility of getting more money. And when you spend your money on alcohol, you have zero chance of winning more money. Zero. And, like, so, like, why? It's a no-brainer. Gambling addiction, alcoholism. Okay? Gambling addiction, alcoholism. You play slots, poker, whatever your thing is, you know what I mean? You could become wealthy. You put that same energy into buying booze, you will never become wealthy off of that choice. You will never become wealthy off of that choice. Now, look, at the end of the day, anything under the sun can ruin a man's life, right? Women, too little money, too much power, too little power, right? Drugs, alcohol, right? If you let it. Anything under God's golden sun, orb of a sun can take a man out if he lets it, if he's not careful, right? Now, I don't know where I'm going with this. Yes, I do. Some say alcohol can take everything away from you. Alcohol can take everything away from you, leave you homeless. You've heard horrible stuff. Ah! B. There's a B. Get the fuck away from me. You guys see that? Bro, it's right where I'm sitting. No. Hey. Sorry about the wasp. It flew right, crawled under this pole I'm sitting in front of, so I hope it doesn't come and bite me in the ass. sting me in the ass. So I'm going to wrap this up, okay? So yes, you hear all these horror stories about how alcohol has led people awful. I've been through it myself, right? This is part of why I know that this is a good decision. Gambling addiction versus alcoholism. I've lived through it. I've lived through alcoholism. You've heard terrible stories, and it could happen to anybody, you know? But even who, you know, and what was I saying about that? Yeah, so people will say, oh yeah, alcohol can ruin your life and take away everything. And gambling is so addictive because of all the dopamine and serotonin going on in your brain that it can do the same thing to your life. Take away everything from you and leave you homeless. Yeah, if you suck at gambling. Even somebody who sucks at gambling has a pretty good chance of winning and making more money. Someone who sucks at gambling can still win money. But with alcohol, you win nothing. I think I'm going to leave it with that. Again, I got to say this just so the video doesn't get taken down. Do whatever you got to do responsibly. Drink responsibly, gamble responsibly, and win that money, baby.